was a generator running too close to where I was trying to film all of this stuff that I was talking about. So it sounds absolutely trash. So here's basically what I'm saying that I'll cut it. This is the they call it the Diamondstrator. Basically, it's a giveaway tractor that they're doing for the St. Jude's Children's Hospital. Now, down in the description, I'll put a link that'll be where you can buy tickets. They're giving it away later this year. You do not need to be present when they give it away, but they'll have to figure out how to get it back to wherever. It will be traveling all around this spring to different polls. So if you didn't get a chance, haven't seen it yet, and you want to get up close to it next weekend, it'll be in Simcoe, Wisconsin, for their big poll on the 11th. And then after that, I'm not 100% sure where it's going to be at, but yeah. So I apologize. The next clip, there is some more background noise, but I'm getting better. Anyway, a bunch more videos coming out on this. So I just thought I'd kind of do a quick overview and just kind of show you guys how cool this thing is. All right, obviously, if we're going to talk about things, we'll start with this thing. This is not, if you're looking and you're wondering, this is not a normal 460 motor. This is what they call an RD motor. These are in IH trucks. Very popular for doing swaps in the tractor pulley. And you'll also tell that, again, this is not the factory front frame rails, all aluminum, which custom built front end. As you can see down here, power steering rack, not power steering rack, but steering rack and pinion for the full lightness. I mean, this thing is going to make somebody one heck of a pulling tractor. All of the sweet aluminum pieces that you would expect to see. It's also got, I'll show you the sweet brake setup. See this, how the trick brake setup, so you're not trying to run on old school junk brakes like what I do. You've got dual master cylinders. We'll get on the other side and show you that. So you get around, full cut, Firestones. What's going on, man? All right, here we're on the other side of the tractor now. Quick, like I said, dual brake master setup, so that way you're going to be able to control this thing. When there's any pictures of it, those things don't like to be on the front end. But yeah, so we'll see this thing pull today. It pulled really good last weekend. But again, I'll put a link in the description for the raffle. You can just do it right online there. Like I said, you don't have to be in Oklahoma when this thing is given away. Mississippi. It'll be in Mississippi. Wow. This is why I'm 4 brain cells fighting for 5th place. Because it'll be in Mississippi is where it's going to be given away at. But you don't have to be there. You'll just have to figure out how to get it back to your place, which I'm sure there's guys with trailers. You can make arrangements there. But yeah, link in the description for that. We'll see it pull a little bit later. You'll see those at the end of this. Show some more things about this tractor. But again, everything's going to the St. Jude. Last time on the 77 that they gave away in 2020, which I think is actually given away in 2021, it was like $62,000 raised. The goal for this is $100,000, which I don't know where they're at now, but I know it's been doing really well the last couple weekends when it's been out playing up here. So while we have it up and close to home, we're going to see it as much as we can, and then it'll keep touring around, I'm guessing, right? Where's the
next one's going to be in Simcoe?
Oh, yep. The big Simcoe.
Unionville.
Yep. Next year, I'm going to make sure to plan my weddings, DJ weddings around those, so I don't miss that poll. But yeah, so there's another good view of this thing. Make sure, again, check out the link in the description. It's $20 a ticket. If you buy more than one, it's a better deal, so you should do that. It'll be a good time.
All right. Welcome, everybody. Tonight we are talking about St. Jude's Raffle. Got my good friend Pete Petznick with me, Wile Coyote. That's his nickname. Want to thank Bipster's Repair Shop there for a nice intro video. I just jumped out on the YouTube and I typed in raffle tractor St. Jude's, and we got the Bipster's video. So Pete, how are you doing, buddy?
I'm doing fantastic. I greatly appreciate being on the show again with you, Schultz.
Nope. You know I got your back. We became friends years ago at the Great Gordyville, and we always had the booth kind of, we sell T-shirts right across from where you have all your stuff, so it's been fun. So that is Leaf River, Illinois. I pulled my hot farm there. That has to be Leaf River. So that sure looks like Leaf River, Illinois. So that's pretty cool. John Walton says he's going to look good on it when he wins. Laugh out loud. So I like that confidence, John.
Exactly.
CC says, howdy from Versailles, Missouri. So he's watching on YouTube, he or she, and then CSX Railfan says, hi. Well, hello there. We have, this is the link, guys. Go to thehookmagazine.net /St. Jude Raffle Tractor 2022. to win, for a chance to win this tractor. So Pete, I'm gonna let this video play. We got about a minute left on it. I want to show a couple of runs of the tractor, but I actually have a picture of the tractor as it sits right now in Illinois, going in for paint. And I know you guys are giving this away in a couple weeks, right?
December 3rd. It's coming up on us quickly. We've got to get everything put back together after the paint. A shout out to Paul Romack's brother for donating the paint services for us, and he's got a polishing crew lined up too to do the polish on the aluminum. Do you know who that would be, Jason? Or
he just said one of his polishing guys. That's all I know. I talked to Paul before we did the show tonight, but Nathan Steinmetz says hi, Pete. So say hi to Nathan Steinmetz, Pete.
Hey, Nate. That was a great video that you pulled up too, because it hit a lot of the ins and outs of what's actually on the tractor. It was this build, we need to step back and kind of give a little bit of history of the project.
Yep.
Donations to St. Jude started by Keith Edens of the Mean Green pulling team back, and he threw out a challenge about 2012, 2013-ish. And they created a special class at the Tunica Southern Nationals so that that particular class, they would give all of the donations to the St. Jude's Children's Hospital. Keith was a UPS driver, and he delivered packages in downtown Memphis and delivered packages into St. Jude's on a daily basis. And that really grabbed his heart, and that's what kind of started this. He was the one that really headed up the whole thing. It's amazing that the dollars that we have collected just off of an off wind, somebody threw out a challenge. Hey, if we can get James Grossman, who hosts the Oklahoma Winter Nationals and Antique Pole in January down in Enola, Oklahoma, if they could get him to wear an Elvis costume and raise some money, then, they thought they'd be doing good to raise $1,000. I think it was somewhere between $5,000 and $7,000 that year just off of that challenge, which spawned us to start pulling people together to donate goods and services to just raffle them off for donating to St. Jude's. I think the first year, it was probably 2014 that we did $10,000 with that. And then the concept came out, hey, let's raffle off a tractor. One of the guys that was involved in this early on was in part of a Jeep club, and they put together a Jeep once a year and raffled it off to fund the club. So it sounded like a great idea. I started beating the drum, and then some others joined in, and we had a great collaborative effort. And the first tractor we raffled off in 2015 was an Oliver 88, and that brought in $20,000. At that point, we really thought we got something going good here, and let's keep this going. Let's do it again. We picked up another tractor in 2016. That was a co-op, an E4 co-op. It was nicknamed Clementine. That tractor brought in $20,000 as well. 2017, we put together, we were trying to put together UB, and that went a little sideways on us, and we wound up purchasing another UB. That tractor brought in a Moline. That one brought in $25,000. 2018 is really kind of when we hit it hard. We picked up a tractor that had some really good bones and needed to be gussied up. And a crew from Wisconsin took it on from the Community Antique Tractor Pullers Association. And Eric Olin headed up that group, and they just knocked the ball out of the park. They took the tractor home from Tunica. Within 3 weeks, they had completely stripped it, repainted it, and done some makeover to it. And we had it sitting in my booth in Gordyville in the middle of January. That tractor had so many runs on it, I'm sure that the rings were worn out on it by the time we got done with it. And we wore out a set of tires too. Who knows how many hooks that tractor had on it. But with what it did when out on the circuit, it really worked because that tractor brought in $96,000.
Wow.
So then as we were rolling through the year, we were planning for 2019, and the planning probably started a little earlier than that, but we knew that we wanted to do a different colored green tractor and go with the John Deere guys. So we just started talking to Jim Motzenbacher about doing a G John Deere instead of buying something and trying to rework it and pretty it up, which is kind of our MO at the time. We decided to do a ground up build because we didn't want to trust crankshaft failure in those big Deeres. And in that process, another M Farmall kind of fell out of the sky, and a puller out of Michigan was ready to retire from pulling, and he donated his big cube M Farmall for us to give away as well. So in 2019, we did 2 tractors. We had the red versus green with the Niederhammer M Farmall, and then the Motzenbacher built G John Deere. Those 2 tractors together brought in $150,000. And we started on the Diamondstrator in the 2020 year, but we had a few hiccups and got a little stuck, and we needed to get something going. We stumbled across a 77 Oliver, and I dubbed it Lucky 77 because it was a 77 Oliver. It was lucky because it just came to us, and it was tractor number 7. So all the 7s kind of hit all in line. We did a quick makeover on that tractor. It did $63,000. And then through COVID and other challenges, we didn't give a tractor away in 2021. We just weren't quite ready yet. We were working on the Diamondstrator, but we didn't get it ready to raffle off. So we pushed it back to 2022. So far, we're sitting somewhere between $30,000 and $35,000 on raising money for St. Jude's with this current tractor. We really would love to hit that $100,000 mark, and in the weeks leading up to Tunica, it is possible.
I've seen it really rally every year, Pete. Like the last couple weeks, it just blows up. So
I think we did $30,000 in 2 days at Tunica the last 2 days in 2020 with the Lucky 77.
That's awesome.
So between it's been a collaborative effort with what the Mean Green pulling team has done, with Keith Eden's spearheading this thing, with their St. Jude's classes, with the items that's been raffled off or auctioned off down there at the tractor pull on the last day. We are just shy of raising $500,000 in the last 7 or 8 years that we've been doing this. So we're really looking to jump over that 500,000 mark and knock on 600,000 this year.
Just another example, Pete, of how awesome the pulling community is. I mean, you and I have seen it time and time again, great people. So
this has been a great way for the pulling community to join together. There has been so many different tractors and it started off in the beginning at the Babbitt Ranch, the Babbitt Farm on the Oliver 88, where there was 6 or 8 different pullers that came in for a wedding that weekend, and then we worked on the tractor the next day, and that really kind of started this whole thing. And when we were working on the UB, it needed each tractor, we try to make it special, and we take donations from builders across the industry to display their parts, be a part of it, to join in. And when we worked on the UB, I think there was 30 different guys at Grossman's shop that were there just hammering away on the thing. I couldn't hardly even touch the tractor because there were so many other guys in the way. And it was kind of the same way when they did a thrash on the Diamondstrator to get it ready to go. And there's a special shout out to Cale Mankey with Mankey Motorsports for opening up his shop for that one. And then Jason Kessler, his son Ted, and his other son, just Christian, and his son Christian. They were very instrumental in getting this going together. We had a motor lined up to go into this tractor, and during inspection, we found some issues with it and decided that it needed to be tore down and rebuilt. And it got sent off to Murphy's Motorsports. In the meantime, the Kesslers had an RD 501 that was just a stock motor, but fresh and ready to go, sitting there. They let us use it until right before White Pine, when the Murphy's Motorsports motor got redone and plugged back into the tractor.
That's awesome. I'm just going through the internet right now, Paul or Pete, while you're talking, kind of showing some of the past tractors as well. Here, I remember this is the one that went big, right? The red versus green one.
Yes. Yeah, those two tractors are the ones that brought in $150,000 together.
That's awesome.
That would be Jim Motzenbacher sitting on the G, and that was Robert Niederhammer sitting on his M.
There's zoom in on him a little bit there for everybody. So, again, if you're just joining us, Pete Petznick with us. We're talking about the St. Jude's 2022 raffle tractor, the Diamondstrator. We got a picture up here. I'll throw it up on the screen right now for you all if you haven't caught it. It's getting currently in Illinois at Romax shop, getting ready for paint and polish. And again, it's going to be given away December 3rd, Tunica, Mississippi. You can go to the Hook Magazine website, which I've been putting in the comments. I'm going to buy some tickets online here tonight when we're done, or you can mail a check in as well. Tractor will be given away, it says on the website, December 4th. I said December 3rd. You do not need to be present to win. So tickets are $20 each, 6 for $100, 15 for $200, or 45 for $550. And again, you can do it right online right here, guys, or you can mail a check into them, and then you can obviously buy them in Tunica, right, Pete? That's what he said. The big push is.
Correct. Yeah, we have many of us have tickets in hand, and if you know somebody locally that's connected to this project, they're more than likely you can hit some of us up, and we'll have tickets available, or you can go online. But yes, we're going to shut down online sales. No, it's either the 1st or the 2nd. We just got to have time to get them processed.
Right.
But we will be definitely selling them in person down there. And it's not uncommon. We had one year where a guy came up and wrote a check for $2,000 for tickets. And the heart of the Polars is just amazing.
Yep. It's amazing. Robert Hill says, got mine bought. Christopher Schwartz says, such an awesome thing you guys are doing. So we're live on 8 different platforms right now. So we got a lot of people watching. And if anybody has questions about this event or any stories you want to share, please type them into the comments. I'll put them up there on the screen for Pete to read those out as well. A lot of people listen to this as an audio podcast as well tomorrow or the day after. So I always want to make sure, Pete, that's why I read the stuff I put up on the screen, because people that listen to the audio can't do that. So, thanks for everybody who's been checking in tonight. And again, this is an amazing fundraiser. And like you said, the pulling family always rallies, Pete, around events like this. So.
And we've had questions in the past about, do you guys have a plan on where you're going and what you're doing? First couple of years, we really didn't. It was kind of an opportunity thing on tractors we would pick up. But as we've gone down, we've tried to hit just about as many colors as we can. We've got a few different colors that we haven't touched on yet. And some of those are in the works. The 2023 tractor is just about ready to go. It's going to go to paint soon as well. It's still on the fence whether we'll be able to roll it in the arena down at Tunica to just display it, to say, okay, folks, here's what it is. Here's where we're going. I'm not going to throw any spoilers out right now, but it's going to be totally awesome. We're kind of going back to our original mantra of going to top cut tractors, not full blown open class tractors or or full cuts. But go back to our roots and where we pick up an existing tractor, go through it, pretty it up, throw some new fancy parts on it, and we try to make something special on each tractor. There's a plan in place for 2024. We've already got that tractor acquired. It's sitting ready and we'll start announcing as we start going through when we need parts, when we need some labor to help. There's times that we look for a champion, what we call a champion, somebody just to take over an individual, a yearly project and just take ownership of it, to push it, to tune it in, to tote it around to local events, get it ready to go, and then hand it over to us at the appropriate time, and then for us to get it out on a full-blown schedule. When I say us, there's 4 of us that really kind of steer and guide this project. That would be Brian Lively with the Hook magazine and the Pro Polar magazine. It would be Houston and Jackson and his wife Stacy. They're antique polars, and then myself, Pete Petznick with Cap Brothers Motorsports. We've been pushing this thing hard and for a long time, but it's been very rewarding and very fruitful. I haven't seen any of the pictures of the side shields that rolling through there, Jason. I didn't know if you had seen any of those on Facebook or.
I haven't. I've been looking, Pete, as we're rolling through here. If I find something, I'll throw it up there on the screen. I'm on the Hook Magazine Facebook group right now. I'll go check the page. Well, I think Brian's is a group, so I'm just looking through pictures. So.
Gotcha. It was an interesting series of events. I was on the way to White Pine, Tennessee. I'm pretty good friends with Cale and Brandy Mankey. They're out of Tilden, Illinois. And I spent the night there to break up the trip so I didn't have a 12 to 14 hour drive in one hit. So got there Tuesday night. Wednesday morning, went to go air up the truck, fired it up, building air, go finish my coffee, come back out. Why is my truck not running? Well, truck died in his driveway. Couldn't ask for a better spot to break down, but long and the short of the story is I was kind of stranded there for a day or so. Kesslers were kind enough to bring the tractor down to me because I was supposed to go pick it up from them. It gave us the opportunity to get the side shields built before it made an appearance at White Pine. And the collaborative effort between Cale and myself, we did some really cool stuff on side shields that nobody's ever seen before. And
Pete,
did a
where can I
3D effect
find
on
some
them.
pictures of that, Pete?
Oh, that's a good question.
You have them on your
I
personal
might
Facebook?
have
Cat
them
Brothers?
on my own Facebook page. I don't think they're on Cap Brothers page, but there might be on my own. Let me take a look here.
I'm scrolling your timeline right now, so tell me when you think I'm going to get close. There's the key.
Yeah, that's it. That's Alcatraz. Keep going past that.
Okay. Come on, Facebook. You can do it. There we go.
There, that's part of it there. Yep. That's the standout.
Okay.
Yep. Keep going.
There it is. There it is, Pete.
Those came out really cool. Cale came up with the idea of taking the Red Diamond logo itself and we needed to do something with the side shields to push it out a little bit to clear the carburetor.
Yep.
We decided to go ahead and do flat panels and then just do a 3D effect and stand that logo out. They stick out 1.5 inches, and it allows clearance for the oil filter housing on one side and the carburetor and air cleaner on the other.
That's
so
cool.
when we get done and the paint job is final, the logo that's on the Hook magazine page for the donation link, that will actually be on those standout diamonds.
Yeah, I got that. I can put that. I can put that right up there on the screen. Give me 1 second. I have it as our background, but I want to put it up as a picture. I downloaded that today from their Facebook page. That one right there, Pete.
Yep, that's it.
That's pretty cool.
I was on the way home from Tunica on 2012, and I was thinking of names for this particular tractor. I was bored out of my skull, so I was just bouncing ideas off of people. And somebody said, we were talking about color schemes, paint schemes for the tractor. Like, well, did we do something, like they did with the demonstrator tractors and paint the hood gold? And I'm like, no, I don't want to do that. But then all of a sudden, demonstrator, and then red diamond, and all of a sudden, it stuck. The Diamondstrator. I pushed it out to the group, and Lively didn't say much, but his wheels were already turning, and he was already designing it in his head as soon as I said it.
That's awesome. That is awesome. Here's another picture of it kind of sitting outside on the trailer I found on your Facebook page.
We are super excited about the 2023 tractor, and it was dubbed a nickname by the crew that was working on it. When we asked about it here about a week ago and they told us, we were like, oh my goodness, that is so perfect. I can't wait until we can get to announce that tractor, what it is, and the nickname, and the possibilities of the marketing that we can do with that particular tractor because of the nickname.
Uh-oh. I like where your head is, though. It's all about marketing, Pete. You know that.
That's it.
Yes, sir. George McPherson says, hey, Pete, name is great. I want to win too. Georgie's my neighbor, just up the road.
I love George. He is a fantastic guy. He's great for the sport too. Always taking pictures, always sharing pictures.
Yeah, and then Wisconsin Tractor Polling Forum says, thank you, Pete, for all you do for the project. So somebody's being nice to you, Pete. So.
That's
I know
good.
you're not used to that. So now, was this at Kessler's shop where the tractor's sitting right now, Pete, in this picture?
Oh, where was? No, that's actually at Kale's shop, and I need to give a shout out to that white building right there. When my truck died, it was actually the ECM that went out of it, and as it turns out, those guys right across the alleyway work on ECMs. And the name of that company is, I think it's SCI Electronics. And they helped us out a little bit on trying to get me back on the road so that I could get this thing to White Pine.
That's awesome. That is awesome. If anybody has any questions for Pete or about where to get tickets or what to do, please throw it in the comments. I'll throw it up on the screen. We'll talk about it again. I'm going to put the St. Jude's. This is the Hook Magazine website. And here is the Diamondstrator. Scroll down. And again, you can mail in checks right here. Here's the tickets are $20 each, 6 for 100, 15 for 200, or 45 for 550. Or you can pay right here with your credit card. So that's the simplest way to do that. Pete says they'll shut that down the 1st or the 2nd, just so they can process everything. But we got plenty of time for y'all to get your tickets in there and for a chance to win a great tractor for even a better cause. So.
I hope that everybody has a great Thanksgiving, and I'm been just in awe over the years of the support for this project, all the many hands over the years, every person that's touched this project along the way. We've been extremely grateful for the labor, for the parts, the positive support. It's been a journey. It's been fun. It's been challenging. but it is so worth it when you get to meet some of the kids in person that have been through St. Jude's Children's Hospital. The second tractor that we gave away, club that sponsors the White Pine, the East Tennessee Tractor Puller Association out there. One of the club members, his niece had gone through there, and she is now like a star softball pitcher for some college team. So
Awesome.
it's just amazing the lives that get touched through the generosity of people. That that entire hospital, they operate off of donations, and It's just amazing what they can do.
Super great. Let's see. Brian Lively says mail-ins need to be postmarked by 11:25. He's the boss, everybody. So do what Lively says. He's quiet, but he's big. So you got to listen to him. And then Karen Holthouse says, bring 2023 St. Jude's Tractor to the Midwest Winter Nationals and ship.
So maybe. We will see. Maybe. Definitely Oklahoma, which will be right at the weekend after ship. So
Gotcha. Yeah, you got everybody all wondering now what that one's going to be, Pete. You're teasing everybody. So, I like it. I like it a lot. Well, what's going on at Cat Brothers Motorsports, Pete? Let's talk shop a little bit before I let you go.
Oh, it's been a whirlwind of a year. Things really changed last year, personally and business-wise. My wife was ready for a bit of a career change, and she took a job transfer, and we moved her to New Orleans within the VA hospital system. And then it was time to sell the house. It was time to relocate the business. I do a lot of traveling back and forth between Kansas, where we relocated the shop to, and New Orleans. Set up a small secondary shop down there to work on my personal tractor and put together rim centers while I'm there, spending time with my wife. Really focused this year on making sure that I had inventory on hand, specifically our removable hub systems, even weld-on hubs, adapter plates. There was a few wild rides and crashes this year, and got a phone call, and he's like, I need a weld-on plate now. Okay, got you covered. That's been really beneficial to cash flow and just the business model. Now I'm starting to focus on specialty products, like our tube axles. I've got some wheels to build. I got some rods to build. I need to roll through another round of Waukesha billet cam blanks. Just trying to get work smart now that I'm just down to myself in the shop, outsourcing some stuff on the high volume stuff, which has alleviated some stuff. Really trying to get caught up and take care of issues. And hopefully by the end of the year, I can clear the decks and say, okay, where are we going from now?
Yep.
So it's been a challenging year, but it's been a very rewarding and fruitful year in the same time.
Well said, Pete. Well said, buddy. I'm just flipping through some of the photos on your Facebook page right now. So
I was really out of there was a lot of processes that got sidelined during the move, and some things got pushed off to the side, and I was just working strategically. I'm set up on hubs. That's all we're going to do for a month or two.
I love this one. Have brain will travel. That's funny.
As I started coming up with creative ideas for my pulling tractor, Dad started calling me Wile E. Coyote, I don't know, 15 or 20 years ago, and it really kind of stuck. And one day when I saw that actually sits on my desk, because that's kind of me.
I like it. I like it a lot. That's super funny. Super true. Anybody that knows you. So I'm not going to call you a genius, Pete, but I'm going to put you up there like you would graduate the top of your class, if you know what I'm saying.
Appreciate that. Thank you.
Coming from a sales guy. So what do we got here in this picture, Pete?
These are that picture right there is a bunch of spindle mount hubs for building your own front wheels on tractors.
Okay.
A good portion of those are for like a B John Deere. Some of them are for an A or a G John Deere. And the ones in the back with the screw-in caps are for a D series or L series case.
Okay.
And the cast wheels had screw-in caps, and I'm like, that's cool. I might as well just incorporate that into those.
Yeah, that is neat. That is neat. There's another close-up of the case ones, looks like. So the screw-in caps, yeah.
I'm kind of a diehard case guy at heart, and I've had a few things kind of find me here lately, and one of them being the Alcatraz tractor that came out in the 90s. It was an L case that was about 800 cubic inches, and it was a bad lad back in the day, and it's been a treat to get to work on the thing so far, and I'm looking forward to getting it out next spring as we work through some of the not of the best craftsmanship that was put into it when the guy that bought it was trying to lighten it up.
Sure.
So yeah, there's a good picture.
That's on the Facebook page. So
Ron, I've been talking to Ron Shipman quite a bit here lately, who actually built that tractor, and he said that picture right there was one of the first pictures ever taken of it, and that was before it even hit the track.
That's awesome. And then I got a more wait for Facebook to catch up here with me. I had a picture, I think of it. Yeah, here we go. So is this in the shop?
This is at Cale Mankey's shop. I stopped back by his place on the way home from White Pine. I'd picked up the tractor on the way to White Pine, and we redid the steering column, had to mount the top of the radiator. The guy was working on replacing all the cast iron pieces with a nice aluminum setup, but just didn't get it done before he passed. So Cale was gracious enough the next Sunday to work with me to go through and get some of this thing whole again.
I bet Cale just kind of goes, oh crap, when he sees you pull in, Pete. What's it going to be now?
There is that, but I also get phone calls from him all the time that we might be competitors in business, but people would be surprised how much we talk and what we do together.
Yep.
And he is an extremely creative man, and I'm super proud of him for being on the wagon since July, and his head's really clear, and he's cranking out some beautiful work.
Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Again, if you're just joining us late, Pete and I have been talking for the last 35 or so minutes about the St. Judes Raffle tractor, the Diamondstrator. There's a picture of it right up there on the screen. Here's a picture as it sits absolutely right now in a secret location in Illinois, getting ready for paint and polish and getting all put back together. And this tractor will be given away December 4th, Tunica, Mississippi. Lively said you need to postmark your pitch. If you're going to mail in your checks, you got to be postmarked by 11/25, and then you can do online up to December 1st or 2nd or so. So plenty of time yet for those of you to get your tickets. Again, $20 each, 6 for $100, 15 for $200, or 45 for $550. And again, great tractor, great cause. And these guys have been doing this is year 6, right? The 6th giveaway. 8. Holy cow, goes fast. So goes fast. Do you remember?
Well, no. Year 7. We started in 2015 was the first year.
And you had a COVID year 1. Yep. Gotcha.
Yep.
But you did the double the 1 year. So, yep, good stuff.
It's tractor number 8.
And I would guarantee everybody that's watching this right now has had a friend, a family member, a coworker, kids have gone through St. Jude's. We all have. I mean, we know somebody and it's affected it. And like Pete said earlier, they live on donations. They live on donations. So we need to help them out. What a great cause for you to do this. You know, this could be a great early Christmas present or a Thanksgiving present or something, to say, hey, I bought you some tickets, throw them in a card, and maybe you win somebody a tractor. I wanted to win that like 1.6 billion, Pete, but unfortunately they didn't draw my number. So
I hate it when that happens.
I know. I tried. I think a lot of people bought tickets for that. So, yep. So, well, cool, Pete. Thank you for coming on tonight. Thank you for everybody watching. We all know how social media works. We need you to like, comment, and share this video. Share it around with friends, like family members, coworkers, anybody be interested in this. Share it. Share it into your Facebook groups. I know everybody's got a lot of different Facebook groups or Instagram or whatever now. Put this link in there so they can see the Bipster opened up with a nice video kind of talking about the tractor. Pete gave a nice history of the St. Jude's raffle, all the people involved, and of course where we are today and how to buy tickets. So, but if you don't show this to your friends and people that be interested in this, it doesn't do us any good. And that's what we're counting on you. We've had a couple hundred people watching tonight, and this will reach thousands of people within the next 24 hours. Good old Facebook, but we need you guys to comment on it again and share it around. So that's how it all works, Pete. So, and
if anybody's got any questions, they can message me. They can hit me up on Facebook. They can go to the 9bolthubs.com and find my phone number and give me a call there. You can hit up Brian Lively with Hook Magazine. You can find Houston or Stacy Jackson and ping them. We're easy to get a hold of, and we're easy to deal with.
I would agree with that. I would agree with that statement wholeheartedly, Pete. Wholeheartedly. I'm going to bring up 9bolthubsquick.com. Put that up the screen. I'm going to throw that in. That's in the comments now, that website. And right there. That's how you get a hold of Pete. There in the blue. So it's all good. It's all good. So, Pete, I'm going to hit the end broadcast button, but stick around for a second, okay? So,
greatly appreciate everything you do for the sport, Jason.
I love it. I love helping everybody, even the people that don't like me. Have a great night. Thanks for watching. And there's a lot of those.